I want to talk to people who are walking through bones here, walking through dry places after being in high places. Now you are in a dry place. I want to talk to depressed Christians who wrestle with the depression and the anxiety. I want to talk to Christians who contemplated suicide. I want to talk about the valley, the real valley of lives. I want to talk about the subject that don't come up in church, that it is possible to dance all over the church and go home and can't breathe. The Bible says he walked me to and fro and out amongst dry bones. I want to talk about walking through things that are not getting better. Is there anybody in here that has been walking through some things that are not getting better? You know what I'm saying? And you think in your heart, where is God? Jesus will work it out. Jesus, where are you? If you let him, Jesus will. You say, I'm waiting. Come on, work it. Work it. You see, these bones are still dry. We've been walking among these bones. You've been walking me in and out among these bones, and they are not getting a bit better. You ask yourself many questions. God, are you with me down here in the valley of dry marriage? In the valley of dry family relationship? Are you with me in the valley of a dry ministry? Are you with me in the valley of dry bills? But pastor preached prosperity. We shouted. We danced. I went home 2 weeks later and lost my job. How do I walk with you through these inequalities of being on the mountain, the valley, the mountain, the valley, the mountain, the valley? You healed my brother, but my other one died. Is he a God who can walk with me while I walk through bones? See, you think you are the only one that have this kind of issues. Everybody has life to deal with. Everybody has struggles to deal with. Everybody has issues to deal with. Everybody has extremities and polarities and frustration and aggravation. And the problem is, I've been walking through these bones a long time and they haven't gotten any better. And I'm walking through with Jesus and they haven't gotten any better. And I walked through with the word and it didn't get no better. I got some consecrated oil and I sprinkled it and it didn't get any better. And I prophesied and I spoke and I talked and I danced and I shouted. And finally, I learned how to live with my bones. Can these bones live again? Lord, thou knowest. And then God says to him, speak to your bones. Speak to your bones. You want me to speak to the bones? The bones that are not speaking? We are walking, but we are not speaking. And now God is saying, your bones won't get better if you don't speak. And I don't talk to bones. You know why? I don't talk to bones because bones don't talk to me. You now know it takes a lot of faith to talk to something that ain't talking to you, to give to something that is not given to you, to serve something that is not serving you. Speak to the bones that they may live. For God says anything that you don't talk to will still dead. All you have to do to kill anything living in your life is stop talking to it. And the thing that you are complaining about being dry and very dry in your life is dry because you shut up. The only way that things will live is if you speak to it. That's why the devil got your lips sealed. Because the devil knows that the power of life and death is in your tongue. And when you do speak to it, you speak negatively to it, you speak death to it, waiting on God to make it live. Speak to the bones that they may live. They will not live because you are anointed. They will not live because I'm with you. I've been working with you all the time. They will not leave because you've been praying for it. You have to open your mouth and speak to it. Now listen, everyone has issue in life to deal with. We all do. But what do you do when you walk through things that are not getting better? Let me tell you, I have been there. The Bible says, don't give up. Trust and obey God. Your situation will change. You must begin to speak to your dry places and your dry bones rather than making peace with them and trying to live with them. They will never live unless you speak to them and challenge them and demand change in your life. There is a shaking that is about to take place. What you may have thought was dead, God is shaking it up. You need to prophesy till you hear the noise and feel the shaking of change on that job, with that child, in that marriage, with that house, with that mortgage, with that lump, with that tumor. Whatever it is, it will change, must change. It's got to change. That's what I'm talking about today. God said it to me, and I believe in His word.
God said it to me, and I believe in His word.
God said it to me.
God said it to me, and I believe in His word. God said it to me, and I believe in His word.
Before the sun, the light, the moon, and the stars grew dark, I started my youthful life with ignorance and nonchalant attitudes. I was not conscious I have only one life to live.
You've got shackles. Don't give a damn. Explode. Bush.
So, you mean thousands of naira just disappeared into thin air like that?
Do you know what the time says?
I have only one life to live.
Dry bones